For many years, I've heard about the infamous Kirby Road in Coffin, Ontario, but it wasn't until recently that I finally was able to look into it. I was driving a pre-wedding party for my cousin at her groom-to-be's house and noticed that the road his house was on, Stephanie Boulevard, was right off this Kirby Road I'd heard murmurs of before. Supposedly, this road often falls with your radio. Your car will not start, and all sorts of things that led people to believe it was haunted. When I researched this, I found this wonderful blog, which I owe a great deal of credit to for my further discoveries, as she was able to explain some of the legends surrounding this road and the supposed two haunted houses there, as well as the solidarity tombstone of a teenage girl located on the road. I'll be focusing on one aspect of the haunted Kirby Road on this blog. There are 3 stories concerning these houses. The first house is reported to have a reputation of crying babies and laughing children that are not there, and a tombstone with the words, "Selena, I was a cute child," written upon it nearby the house. It was also reputed that if you park your vehicle on the driveway and sat quietly, the little girl Selena will run around your vehicle all the while tapping on it here and there. Sure enough, I just came back from visiting the site for the first time and eventually did find Selena's tombstone. This tombstone is unique not only because of the peculiar "I'm a cute kid," but because of the lack of its last name, typeface, and obviously the location. It is located 3 lampposts from the supposedly haunted house, a house my companion and I had decided we would go see after the tombstone. However, plans change. We did not see an apparition of Selena, hear her cry or laugh, or see anything spookier than the rural road at 1:30 a.m. would be. But part of the legend of Kirby Road includes a truck that will supposedly chase away anyone who comes to investigate and then suddenly disappear. Some accounts say it's red, some that it only has one headlight. After we were done looking at Selena's stone, we decided to wait till one moving car passed by, so that it would be slightly safer to walk back on the shoulder of the road. But the car did not pass. It pulled over, right in front of us and Selena's tombstone, a pickup truck, but one with both headlights and one that we believed to be black. The windows were not rolled down and nobody got out of the truck. My companion and I found that as good a time as any to get out of there and proceeded to walk back to my car, which I parked over at Stephanie Boulevard, just under half a kilometre away. The truck did not move from its place for at least 5 minutes. I remind you that this was approximately 1:30 a.m. I suppose it is entirely possible that the driver just saw 2 people at the side of the road and decided to pull over and see what was going on, or that the 2 knew that Selena's tombstone was there and just happened to be visiting at the same time. But the fact that nobody ever got out of the car or approached us in any way is peculiar, and the fact that it was a pickup truck is at least eerily coincidental. We didn't get a chance to investigate the house. I know I will certainly be making another trip there, as I still do have so much left to discover. Who is Selena? Why does she have a tombstone at the side of the road? Which stories by Kirby Road were true, and how are they related, if at all? I'm being a little dishonest here, as I've discovered the answers to a few of these questions already, but we'll save that for another time for now. This Friday past, we decided to check out 2 houses we had heard about on Kirby Road in Maple, Ontario. It's interesting, the experiences to say the least. I saw something that would blow my mind, and it's not the first time I've seen a possible apparition. I'll get to that little story later on. There are 3 stories concerning these houses. The first house is reported to have a reputation of crying babies and laughing children that are not there, and a tombstone with the words "Selena, I was a cute child," written upon it nearby the house. It is also reported that if you park your vehicle on the driveway and sit quietly, the little girl Selena will run around your vehicle, all the while tapping on it here and there. I did not experience this part of the suspected phenomenon, but did see what I believed to be a young girl around the age of 8 or 9 years old with a nightgown on and long black hair sitting in the second tree, on the right when walking into the property from the driveway, staring back at me. She was leaning outward and staring right at me. Scared the living crap out of me when I caught this apparition out of the corner of my eye and turned back to see what I thought was shadowing. It was clear as day to me, but then I am a believer in the paranormal. We did voice recordings and photography of the place, as well as have some interesting photos and recordings of both houses, still going through all of it. The people who own this land are in the process of renovations. I do not recommend trespassing on people's properties, and always ask first if you go paranormal investigating. Always get permission from the owners of the properties, and have torn down a chicken coop, as well as are in the process of either tearing down the barn or renovating the barn. Items found in the barn's basement: old Italian workbook, old picture book, circa 1854, a Triumph dirt bike, circa late 40s or 50s possibly, horseshoes, old looking and very worn. The main house is locked and being renovated for occupancy, possibly occupied already. Again, I must stress, ask permission before you enter this property. There is also a story of a one-headed semi-truck that passes under the bridge before you get to the house and through your vehicle if you park there. Apparently, and I cannot neither confirm or deny it was researched at this point, this semi was involved in a horrible accident many years back. It may be an urban legend spin off from the second house that I am about to talk about. You'll see why in a second. The second house, rather a set of houses, has two houses on the property and two barns. The flooring of both houses are very dangerous. If you decide to check this one out, at the other end of the Kirby Road by the way, watch your footing. Bring a good flashlight and keep an eye out for skunks, raccoons and bats. This house is called the Hell House. It is reputed to have been owned by a family of 7 where the father was involved with the KKK. It is also reputed to be a gathering place for the KKK. The story goes that the father went nuts and killed his family, including a little girl of the same age as the first house. There will you find a lot of graffiti like, "You're not alone," and "Murder is awesome," as well as "I am watching you." Obviously, this is added by human hands to amp up the hype about those houses and their purported hauntings. It is said, and this is possibly the urban legend transferred to the semi-truck with one headlight phenomena at the other house, that a man in a red pickup truck will chase you out of the property if he catches you on it, then disappear into thin air. There is also a story of a young woman who is walking the road and suddenly screams and runs into a nearby cornfield screaming bloody murder. This is purported to be about a woman who was attacked, raped and murdered in the cornfields near this property. She is supposed to disappear into the cornfields if you follow her. I cannot confirm or deny any of these stories by research at this point, neither in architectural history, land history, or anything in old newspapers or orbits as of yet. I could not find anything on any of these stories, and we never find the tombstone. However, I have been told that a few friends of friends who hang out regularly at these areas have seen the tombstone and report being chased by both the red pickup and the semi with one headlight, as well as seeing the woman in the cornfields. How accurate are these? I do not know, but I do know I am sure I saw something that night that is unexplainable. All 19 of us present at both sites were adults, no children. So how it is I saw a child in a tree at 1 a.m. in the morning on a Friday night, or rather Saturday morning, I cannot explain it, but I will be researching it and will update if I do ever find any information on these properties. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. You can also leave a comment below. All feedback, good or otherwise, is always appreciated. If you have any creepy stories of your own, or have any topics that you would like me to cover, feel free to send them in via any of my social media. You can find all links to my social media in the description below. Until next time, guys, make sure you lock your doors, stay safe, and I'll see you next video.